All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh. It's like your brothers, man. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Karkadash. That's all praises to the world-class God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem in the name, Yahushai in the name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will, with another video to edify. And I wanted to go into this on a topic. I'll start off with this. This video is for informational purposes only, and is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. I always seek the advice of your physician with any questions you may have in regarding to medical condition. Always consult with your physician before starting any exercise program or doing any anything contained in this video. Always stop if you experience pain, discomfort, or difficulties performing anything described in this video. I had to put that out because I'm gonna start going into this. You know, Esau loves to try to take bro's pages down and stuff like that. So with that being said, I'm gonna touch on this, right? And it has to be said. Here it is when we were in the midst of the epidemic, right? The so-called epidemic. Our elders and apostles warned brothers against getting the juicy juice that everybody was getting, that you were putting the masks on for. Everybody was getting that stuff. And our elders and apostles told us not to. They went through the scriptures. Bros went through the articles in the news. I myself found certain stuff and reported it myself on how these things are them literally trying to shut off that connection to the spirit, right? So why people that got those things, they had changes in behavior. They was all weird now, right? Now, how those apostles advised you against it? What happened? You had Tazariak sat there and said, I got it, so you people wouldn't have to be afraid. But then later on, he says he didn't get it. No, I remember you saying you got it. I remember you being on video saying you got it. I think they had you on video getting that ministry. You had IUIC doing it too. Only to find out that all the reports of these niggas getting the shakes afterwards, people dying, all that stuff happening. And now here it is, we're at the end, right? All this information coming out, verifying everything that bros was saying. I myself did a video on how they had on the Pfizer website that it was an operating system. Now this video is gonna confirm just that.
Now this is a comforting Supreme Court of the United States. I printed it off. I'll even give you the link. Matter of fact, let me give you the link right now. //www.supremecort.gov/opinions/12pdf/12-398 Let me read this to you, in case you don't understand what the hell's going on with this stupid-ass shot. In the U.S., the Supreme Court has ruled that vaccinated people worldwide are products, patented goods, according to U.S. law, no longer human. Through a modified DNA or RNA vaccination, the mRNA vaccine.
And bros was saying this while it was happening. We brought out how the VMAT2 gene and how there was the video with this nigga that wants to create all these ticks that cut you off from being able to eat meat, make you allergic to eating red meat. Right? Look up who wants to engineer ticks. You'll know who we're talking about. Cause it's like if you mention these niggas one time, they take your whole page down, take the video off, they pull it all away. They don't let you mention these niggas no more, man. Right? The same one that brought you the MacBook, right? Here it is. Bros told you about this. Now all this information is coming out because they're getting ready to really re-engineer what is. That whole CVID, that was just the first phase. Shit, majority of the people that got the CVID, when they bring out this implantable microchip, right? The mark of the beast. A lot of the same ones that got the shot, y'all gonna be the same ones that's gonna take that because your mind and your connection to the heavens has already been severed. So why not just go all the way in for you people? It's that simple. It's that simple, man. Bros went into that VMAT too, how they were sitting there trying to patent a way to cut off the connection to the spiritual. Now here it is. They're saying you're not even human anymore.
Vaccination, the person ceases to be human and becomes the owner of the holder of the modified gen vaccination patent because they have their own genome and are no longer human without natural people in parentheses, but transhuman.
And we bros said this. That was the whole agenda from the jump, to transcend what is. And they believe that this is the next phase up. But at the same time, you had your leaders, so-called Israelite leaders, Bishop Nate, Captain Tazariak, right? The commanding General Yohana, and many others that told you to get that shit. But who told you not to? Whose elders and apostles didn't get it and were just fine? Who we're still the creation of the Lord while y'all have been twisted and they fucking with your DNA. So imagine if they were able to sit here and mess with all these people's DNA, what they're going to do when it's time when they want to flip some switches. This is another one I wanted to touch on, man. I love that music, man. It says former U.S. government official and whistleblower warns they didn't inject you with protection. They installed an operating system inside you. Says Catherine Austin Fitz, who served as a government official under George Bush, just revealed something truly disturbing about the mrna injections. All right. They installed an operating system inside your body to hook you up to 5G and future 6G technology. Right? And how, you know what? There's another article I want to tie that into real quick, man. Where I got it, man. I got it somewhere. One second. Yeah, here it is. Now they're talking about 5G, 6G. Then they're sitting there talking about the body of things. And you have technology like this. Wells Fargo patent describes smart dust for biometric payment verification. According to the detailed LinkedIn post by Joe Petrolossi, it says Wells Fargo has secured an active U.S. patent, USII 354666BI. There's the 666 again. It says that envisions a futuristic layer of biometric security using microscopic sensors known as smart dust. The patent describes the electromechanical system, MEMS, motes, tiny dust-like particles equipped with sensors that could be released into the air during transactions to verify the user's identity in real time. This technology aims to create an invisible, multi-layer authentication shield for banking and payments, potentially transforming how identity is confirmed at point of sale terminals or through mobile apps. You don't think that whole operating system, the 5G, the body of people, what this woman was bringing out, right? You don't think this is all in there? You don't think this is all part of the same plan? Your teachers were supposed to be warning you of these things. And as far as I remember, there was one group that was stern on it. And Lord will, I'll be one of those men that could be stern on it too. When the C-hip comes, we've already been stern on it. Right? This stuff is real. And bros winning, I remember many lessons I went on it. You want to bow down to this system, this is your last time, because he wants to take you out of the circuit of the Heavenly Father. He wants to strip you of what the Lord made you. Right? This is Daniel 7 and 26. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Right? And not only times and law, he's trying to change what is. He's trying to show himself a God in the earth, to change the human genome. You're literally rewriting what the Lord created in the beginning, because in the beginning, the Lord said what? When you go back to Genesis 1, right? What did he say after he created everything? He says, in the Most High, verse 3, Genesis 1 and 3, it says, and the Most High said, let there be light, and there was light. And the Most High saw the light that it is good. And the Most High divided the light from the darkness. And he said that it was good. When you go down to the last verse, it says, verse 31, it says, the Most High saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So you see this? This is how the Lord created it. He said it was very good, but Esau, Second Thessalonians 2 and 4 says, start at 3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is God. And that's that's his mission, to sit in the seat of the Lord, man. There's one that says that. Yeah, here it is. Ezekiel 28 and 2, it says, son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus say Yahweh power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas. And that's what this is. His entire transforming what the Lord created. Here it is, the Lord created everything perfect. He starts going to engineer ticks and masks to shut off people's ability to eat meat. The Lord created seasons, and here he is with cloud seeding. Noel Harari said what? In ancient times, the Lord created droughts and famines through droughts, but now we can create our own rain. They're literally trying to put themselves above that, and you had men out here that didn't teach you to refuse these devils. So if this is what's being said, that you're no longer human, if you got that stuff, if the patents are coming out saying that you're no longer going to be considered that, if a new operating system has been put in you, For those of these people, these niggas out here that said they were the Israelite leaders that got this, well, what are you? What are you now? What are you now, man? Israelite plus? Esau likes to do to give you something plus, Google plus, Netflix plus. What are you now? Right? What's it gonna look like when Esau really wants to turn on the heat because he wants his plan to go forward? It says back in Ezekiel 28:2, Son of man, say to the prince of Tyrus, thus say Yahweh, power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and no God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. And these devils are going to be shown to be nothing. But you all that bow down and tuck what this devil had, how much more are you going to bow down when it's time for that MOTB to be pushed out? Because that is going to be the hour of temptation. Truly. That truly will be the hour of temptation, man. This is Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And what is going to come upon all the world to try everybody? Well, Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That's the thing. That's the trial. The causing of everybody. Whether or not you're rich or poor, you're free or bond. Those are the two extremes of every situation. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's the hour of temptation right there. When they push this thing and they make it mandatory under threat of imprisonment and death, that right there is the hour of temptation. There's been plenty of people that call themselves Israelites that failed the first test do the jabs, and yet they're not standing firm enough, so they're gonna fail the second. Straight up, man. Because when you go back into the law, Exodus 21, and I started 2. It says, I started 1. It says, now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the 7th shall he go forth free. And that 7th is talking about the year of Jubilee, the year of release. And we're coming to the time where release is going to come through Yahweh Shai. But we got to stand firm, and we got to be willing to go through the straight gate to be freed out of this devil's hands. Right? So right now, I mean, technically we in the 6th year, coming to the end of it. But the 7 representing that completion of that servitude, that time where we were put here to serve. It says, if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and he have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. You see? And just like now, whether or not you believe it or not, these devils really own your woman. They own her thought process. If you don't own your woman's thought process, that's not your real woman, man. That's a rental. That is a rental. Straight up. Right? Most of women's, rentals. Most women's here are rentals. Because Esau owns their thought process. So when it said if he given them a wife, yeah, you got a rental from Esau. And have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. Because not even all, bro, some bros got, you might have kids. Some of your kids getting older. Now they're of the age of accountability. And they're going to start making their own choices. Right? And when this chip comes out, it's going to be a choice for everybody. Old and young. And some of the young is going to be chauffeured off by they unbelieving mothers to go get it by themselves. It says, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will go out free. I will not go out free. Because we're in the time where when these devils really pull out that's the sign that we're about to get out of here. That's a sure sign that, hey, the Lord coming now. That's 100% a sure sign. So for you to sit here and say at that moment that you're going to take it, you basically telling the Lord you loved your life here more. And what did Yahweh say? Yeah, Matthew 10:37, it says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. You see? So in that day, when you're given the option, because you're not supposed to look at death as something that's an end all be all. No, we're supposed to understand that. It says, fear not the sentence of death. When that day when this devil tries to dangle death in front of your eyes, or you take the sea hip, you're not supposed to be greatly moved. You can have a little bit of fear because it's gonna be, we're in the flesh. Right? We gonna be going through something most of us have never had to go through. But for you to sit here and choose this life over what the Lord had promised, you're saying you love your master and what you have here more than the Most High. It says back in Exodus 21:5, it says, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl. Right? A sharp piercing instrument. That's what those sea hips are used for, is a piercing instrument to put a mark in you, to change your ownership from the Lord to the master of this world, Esau, Edom. It says, and he shall serve him forever. And that's what it is. This was just all the juicy juice, the jazz and shit. That was just the start. But they're getting ready to perfect that changing of the order. Right? That changing of the Lord's creation in you. And your teacher should have warned you well before this. But you know who warned you properly? The elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Straight up. So, I hope this was edifying. I'm going to say, call law. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Shalom.